Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Today, I want to go ahead and start talking about fresh start. Yes, you heard it, fresh start. So, fresh start. What is that? Um, Fresh start is um, basically is what it means. Fresh start. We're, what I'm gonna be talking about is uh, the YouTube algorithm, about the negativity and the positivity that YouTube recommend recommends you, and what to do so you can have more positive things flowing in your YouTube algorithm. Because believe it or not, not just YouTube, but other social medias as well. Because believe it or not, um, what you see, what the any social media shows you is what let's say is what dang anything that social media shows you is what you is is what you perceive, or what you perceived in the past. There we go. That's what I was saying. So, the let me go ahead and tell you my story. My story, all right? So, with my story, I say about a year, close to 2 years ago, you know, I wasn't in the right state of mind, and it was a lot of things that I had to work with. Not only getting closer with God, but I let this plane pass by super loud. Not only getting closer with God, but as well as changing up my how I live, and what I watch. Because believe it or not, what you watch is definitely important for your mental state. You know, let's say for example, let's say, okay, I'll use two examples. All right, so this is not to diss the red pill community, not to diss them at all, but I'll just use that example because this was for me. This basically how I used to be. Um, I used to, you know, be a real huge advocate for being red pill, and I used to watch it 24/7, dude, 24/7, and not all, but most videos, it's just women that you know um, do this for women, do this, not do this for women, but be on your own path, you know. But it's mainly about just, I can't even say bashing women. Some of it is, but um, it's just always focused on what the women do, and yeah. I watched that so much where it would, I would start, perceiving things as it. Like if I go out, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, she's a gold digger, she's this, she's that. I was fully judging, fully judging before I even knew certain women. And a big part that played into that was me just watching Red Pill, watching Red Pill so much, watching men just talk about women so much. I start thinking, I'm like, dang man, we talking about women as much as women talk about men. It's a little, it doesn't make sense. Let the plane pass. So that was the first example. I had to get rid of that, and it's hard to get rid of that when if you want to stop watching stuff like that. It's hard to get rid of that when YouTube or any social media that you're on keeps on send you recommendations about it. Every time I scrolled, recommendation here, recommendation there. You know, and yeah, my second example is the time that this is the time I realized that okay, stuff's got to change. It's when I was in my process of trying to heal and everything, and and I mainly say it was Facebook for me. I had old friends on my friends list from high school, but we all grow. You know what I mean? And man, I'll give you this one example, dude. Like, it was like a lot of women that not just women, but I'm gonna just use this as an example. I have some for men too, but a lot of women that I was friends with on Facebook as I was in high school, I was growing older. You know, I could tell just by going through Facebook that a lot of them, that a lot was a certain majority of them. I can't even say a certain majority of them because seems like the chill ones didn't really post much, and the ones that were always on social media posting, they were always posting bashing dudes, and I would see that every time on Facebook, every time, and I remember it got to the point where I was on my healing journey, and I was just wasn't feeling good at all, and you know it was just this one day, dude, like where I was just scrolling, and I just see not just one but multiple people just bashing dudes, like dudes ain't shit, niggas ain't this, yada yada that, yada yada that, and it's so funny because even I promise you, even one one of my blood relatives, they were in the category of doing that, and you know it got to me because I kept on scrolling, and that was the only thing I saw, and it got to a point where I don't like to admit to say this, but I broke down crying, dude. I broke down crying, man, because I'm like, I would see that as like, because you're talking about man, and I'm like, it gets to a point where I'm just like, man, am I, you know, are people really like that? Are people that bad? You know what I mean? And I felt so attacked. But yeah, I busted down crying. And yeah, you know, that moment I realized, hey, some stuff got to change. I know Facebook is not like this. It cannot be just all bashing, man. So that's why I'm saying that's where I began the fresh start, and this was a year, close to 2 years ago, man. So I did this way earlier, but yeah, that was my example. So let me go ahead and tell you what to do. There's two things that you're gonna have to do to make this fresh start happen. The first thing is is to refresh your friend list. All right? So I just want you to just take one day out of the week and scroll through. It doesn't matter if it's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, any social media. I want you to just take a moment and to just scroll down and just visualize everything that is being put towards you. All right? So once you see any once you do that and you start seeing, hey, this person's really, this person's negative, or they're posting negative stuff, or stuff that just doesn't feel right in your soul, I want you to go ahead and clear them from your friend list. Clear them from your friend list. It doesn't matter what social media, you know. That's the first thing. The second thing, the second way you can go about it is just make a new account in general. Now, with that, you can, with making a new account, you don't have to go on your old account to, clear out your friend list. You can if you want, but that new account, it gives you a fresh start, you know? And with that, once you do one of those two, the next thing I highly recommend is manage the stuff that you watch. Manage the stuff that you watch. So, any social media platform that you're on, whatever you look up or whatever you watch, the computer or database that automatically says, okay, you're watching this, so we're going to bring more of this content to you. And it's happens all the time. It happens all the time. And so, with doing a fresh start, you would especially want to stay away from watching any type of news, because we all know that watching news, it's just all negativity. It's all negativity. It's to get your mind scared, it's to get you scared. So any news, don't watch it. Don't even pay attention to it. If it gets to that point where you see it, you might want to go ahead and block it, or I say on Facebook, there's like an X. There's the X on the right top of the screen, and you would want to just go ahead and push X and don't snooze it. Just hit never want to see again. I think that's what it says. There's something on there that's on the X that you push, and it's gonna tell you either snooze or something else that makes you not want to see that again, and push that, because I'm telling you, watching the news, it's just all it is. It's just negativity, and it feeds your mind negative stuff. And for a fresh start, you want to have positive things in your life. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give you some recommendations for like watching stuff. These are some people that I came across while doing my fresh start that were positive people that helped me, grow as a person. and link it in the description. But I'll go ahead and shout out their names. So my brother Mark the Messenger, a good guy. He really does motivate and spread the word. Um, JC Gang, Jesus Christ Gang. Her name's Victoria. She's an amazing woman, very motivational, spreads love, and shout out to her. Uh, Sun Soul of Nine. She's a very positive person. Shout out to her. Uh, Jordan's Journey. With that, she, believe it or not, she actually has an app, if you download her app, this is the thing I really love about downloading her app is, every day you'll always get an encouraging message every day, and believe it or not, for me, that definitely helped. For instance, let me what did she say on this one today? She said, "You might not have everything you want, but you have everything you need." Come on, that's encouraging, you know? Um, if you want to hear some people's testimonies, I have two recommendations. Jara, shout out to her. She made a real big change in her life. I'm proud of her. Um, and Alex Wilson. Um, I just I just came across this video and I was like, huh, what do you know? Right time. So shout out to him. Those are the people I definitely recommend that you watch. And with that, with that, it's just that's a beginning of the fresh start. Because once you start, it's like YouTube. Remember, like with YouTube or any social media, once you start watching stuff like that, YouTube doesn't matter what it is, if it's negative or positive. YouTube's like, you're watching this, okay, we're gonna recommend you to this type of content. So all the people that I recommend, they're positive people. So guarantee you're going to get positive stuff or recommendations on your social media platforms. And the people that I recommend sorry, my words, recommend, these are people on YouTube. All right, so it takes a process and it takes a while for stuff to start rolling, but you will eventually get there. The main thing is for this fresh start is to not look at any news, any drama, anything that is not good for you. That's not good for the soul. That doesn't make you feel good. That doesn't make you feel good. Not to watch that type of stuff or even look up that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah. Um, with that, that is the main thing to doing a fresh start. And I promise you that once you do this, it is a stepping stone to. It's a stepping stone to healing yourself, and making your soul at ease. Because it really did for me. Trust me, if this process did not work, this fresh start did not work, I wouldn't be making this video. So to go ahead and end this off, I'm gonna go ahead and just two verses from the Bible. It's from Proverbs 8, verse 34 and 35. All right. It says, "Blessed is the man that heareth me, watches me daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord." And doing this fresh start, like I said, it's not the like I said, it calms your spirit, but I truly believe it is a pathway to getting closer with the Lord. I truly do believe that. So let's go ahead and recap everything I said. All right. So fresh start. Two ways you can go about it. Refresh your whole friend list and X out any content that is not good for your soul. News, drama, etc. Or make a whole new profile and start watching stuff that plain. And start watching stuff that is positive. You know? And so, yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, the recommendations is going to be in the link in the description below. Every Sunday, I'm going to be dropping content. Today, I wanted to drop this because this fresh start for me, it really helped me, and it led me to getting closer with God. You know what I mean? So, I just wanted to share that. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all next week. Stay easy, stay blessed. Peace.